What is going on, Pokemoshpitbeta? My name is ExpShar3 and today I'm going to bring you my first upload into this channel. As you can see from the screen, I'm going to bring you a PO match that happened on the Pokemon Online Server 2. But first, before jumping into the battle, I'm going to make an analysis of the team I built and used in this match. So this is my team in the underused tier. I've got Blastoise, Darmanitan, Shaymin, Empoleon, Rhyperior, and Umbreon. Now, the first one, Blastoise, is a standard set, physically defensive with Skull, Rapid Spin, Roar, and Toxic. I run Toxic over 4 sites because I find it more important to get status on things. I have Darmanitan as my Revenge Killer, which is packing a Choice Scarf. Shaymin to complete the Fire Water Grass core with Psychic over Hidden Power to hit Crobat and Heracross a little bit harder. Rhyperior, which is especially defensive for Raikou. Earthquake, Rock Blast, Stealth Rocks, and Dragon Tail. And then I have Umbreon with Wish, Protect, Heal, Bell to keep up my team at good health. And then Foul Play over Payback because I think it's a more reliable move. Payback is way too situational. And then the start of the team, Empoleon, which is a substitute agility Pataya Berry with max special attack and max speed. This is my late game cleaner, and it works well when Choice Scarfers are down because it's gonna outspeed pretty much everything at +2 speed. So this is my team, and let's jump to the battle. So, before going into the match, I'm going to give you the team preview. His team was composed of Xatu, Snorlax, Machamp, Chandelure, Raikou, and Blastoise. Seeing his team, I probably assumed he was going to lead with either Xatu or Machamp, so I decided to lead off with my Blastoise for that reason. So, with that brief explanation, let's just jump into the battle. So I lead with my Blastoise and he leads off with Snorlax. That's kind of a good matchup for me. I can just go for Scald. He switches to Xatu, and I really want to see what set he's running, so I'm just gonna keep going for Scalds until I get a burn. And he shows me Light Screen here, so I know right now he's a double screener. Now he goes for a Thunder Wave, so he's showing me a little bit more, which is good. So he has double screen, Steel Wave, and probably Roost, which he shows right here. So I know his full move set. I am really not threatened by Xatu in any way. I get a burn, which I was expecting, and I'm gonna go for more Scald because I know I can take Xatu one-on-one. He doesn't have anything to throw at me, so I go for Scald. And Raikou comes in. I'm gonna switch to my Rhyperior because he's a decent check to his Raikou. He goes for Hidden Power Ice. He does a lot, so I'm assuming his choice specs. Now I'm gonna go for an Earthquake, and he switches to Xatu, makes a good play. Now I'm gonna go for a Rock Blast, I believe, on his Reflect. Yes, so we see all his 4 moves. I miss. Xatu would have probably been dead by now, but really does not matter. I'm going to predict his Roost, and I'm gonna go for an Earthquake. Not really that game changing, but I just wanted to show him that I can predict stuff, so he gets scared when making his moves. So now I believe I go for a Rock Blast, and he switches in his Snorlax. I'm gonna hit 4 times, I believe, and get a crit on the 3rd one. Okay, I only hit 3 times. Doesn't really matter, and I see no leftovers, so I'm thinking he's Choice Banded, and that proves it because Earthquake does a lot. I'm gonna get a Dragon Tail off just in case he had like a Chesto Resto with Curse. And now I'm gonna go for Rock Blast on his Xatu, but he makes a smart move, switches out to Blastoise. Even though I'm gonna get 5 hits, I'm only gonna do about 23% to that Blastoise. That's really pitiful. So having Blastoise out, I have a safe switch into my Shaymin because even Ice Beam is not going to do that much. And he goes for Scald, does not get a burn, so I'm going to get a free Seed Flare on anything. Note that his Snorlax does not have leftovers, so Seed Flare is going to demolish anything he switches in. He decides to send in Chandelure because it resists it. And I have a safe check. I'm going to go into my Umbreon. His Fire Blast does about 35%, so I know I can potentially Wish stall him. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for a Wish. He switches to Blastoise, and I think I pass it out to Shaymin on this turn, but he roars me out into Darmanitan. Yeah. So now I'm gonna go for a U-turn because I definitely do not want to stay in right here, and I switch out into my Shaymin again because I walled this Blastoise, and he goes for a Toxic. He lands it, but I do have Natural Cures, so it's not really a huge deal. Then again, he doesn't have anything to take a Seed Flare, so I'm gonna go for it again. Chandelure comes in, takes a fuck ton from that Seed Flare. I'm predicting him to beat Choice Scarf, so I'm gonna switch out again into my Umbreon to take the Fire Blast, as he did in the previous time. Take 35%, so I know for a fact I can take one more. So I'm gonna go for a Wish, follow it up with a Protect, and his Chandelure is running low on Fire Blasts and HP, and my Umbreon is going strong. So now I Protect. He's gonna obviously miss the Fire Blast because I protected. And on this turn, you can see I have 72%, and I'm gonna go for a Wish and follow it up with a Foul Play, but he gets a crit and takes out my Umbreon. So this sucks. Although that happened, I think I'm gonna set up my rocks here on his Fire Blast. In hindsight, I probably should have taken out this Chandelure right here, but I thought I was going to take it a little bit better because I'm especially defensive. But yeah, I'm gonna switch to Blastoise, take the Fire Blast. I know I can take at least 2 more, or maybe even 3, depending on min-max damage. Yeah, definitely 2. So I'm gonna go for a Skull. I'm not gonna get paralyzed, so this Chandelure goes down. Now he's going to send in his Raikou. Okay, his Snorlax. Yes, okay. So I really don't want to switch out because my Blastoise is pretty much fodder. He doesn't have anything to set up rocks at this point of the game, so I'm safe to go into my Darmanitan and go for a Flare Blitz. He could have switched out into his Blastoise. I really don't know why he did that, but I guess he didn't want to risk getting, I don't know, a crit or something. So once again, I have a free switch into my Shaymin. He goes for a Rapid Spin to get off his rocks, to prolong his Zatu's longevity, whatever. I go for Seed Flare and I miss. And I'm gonna go for it again, and I get min damage, and the Zatu lives. But luckily, I do get a special defense drop, which totally makes up for the crit. It's not unfair. So yeah, on this turn, I'm gonna follow it up with another Seed Flare, and I'm gonna take him out due to the special defense drop. So Zatu goes down, and he's gonna send in his Raikou. He's gonna go for a Thunderbolt. I know I cannot take it, so I'm gonna leave in Shaymin as fodder, and I'm gonna threaten him out with my Darmanitan. Now at this point, I have 3 Pokemon. I have Darmanitan, I have my Empoleon, and I have my Rhyperior. Yes, I have my Rhyperior. And he has his Raikou, he has his Machamp, and he has his Blastoise. Now, I know for a fact he's going to switch into his Blastoise in this turn, but there's really nothing I can do. I cannot take it out, and if I U-turn, I'm gonna go into my Empoleon. I could set up, but he might have Roar. So my plan is, I'm going to let him raise confidence on his Blastoise. I'm gonna keep going for Earthquakes. He's gonna take out my Darmanitan. I'm gonna send in my Rhyperior. He's gonna kill me. And then my Empoleon is going to be my last Pokemon. I can definitely take Scalds, even with a substitute up, and then I can go for Agility, outspeed his Raikou because he's definitely Choice Specs, and then kill everything on his team. So that is my plan. Let's see how it turns out. So I'm gonna go for an Earthquake, and he switches to Blastoise just as I predicted. I'm gonna go for an Earthquake, takes 25%, my bad, and I'm gonna switch to Rhyperior. And he's gonna kill me with Scalds. Not really that big of a deal. At this time I was just thinking about foddering, but then I remember I had this plan on my mind. So now I'm gonna go into Darmanitan, go for an Earthquake again, and he's gonna take me out with a Scald. Okay, I leave it with 9, doesn't really matter. I could take out Blastoise with an Torrent boosted Surf anyway from that range. And I take him to about 30% after leftovers. So it's my Empoleon versus his 3 guys. I can get a safe substitute up, and he switches into his Raikou. Now, because he's Choice Specs and not Scarf, I know I can outspeed him after an Agility. So he goes for a Thunderbolt, knocks out my sub. I can go for an Agility right now. And I'm now faster than everything on his team. I'm gonna go for a substitute until I get down to my Pitaya, Berry, and Torrent range. So this is it. I get my Pitaya, my special attack raises. I'm in Torrent range, I outspeed his Raikou, and I'm gonna sweep his team. I'm gonna go for a Surf, take out his Raikou. He's gonna send in his Blastoise. It's gonna die. And now the question is, can I take his Machamp out from full HP? And here it is, all or nothing. Machamp, Surf, and I kill him. So, Empoleon with the clutch. A very, very good game. 1-0 victory for me. This was one of the best battles I got with this team. This was actually one of the first matches I had, and it did fairly well. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this battle. Leave a like if you like this battle. Don't forget to check out my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace.